for joining us, and for the last time before the vote on Tuesday, we begin with the 2016 election. Or as you may know it, of course Election Day is November 8th, the latest possible date the election could fall on. This must be the universe punishing us for all the masturbating we've done, and it was a lot, 2016. Now, the two candidates spent most of this week furiously campaigning. For Hillary Clinton, that meant calling in help from Beyoncé and Jay-Z, who she thanked by ruining one of his songs in front of him.
Jay memorably said something we should all recall. Rosa Parks sat so Martin Luther could walk, and Martin Luther walked so Barack Obama could run, and Barack Obama ran so all the children could fly.
Cool. I have to say, with that cadence, flow and swag, Hillary Clinton is truly the Hillary Clinton of rappers. Now, as for Donald Trump, the human equivalent of a clear plastic bag filled with cheeseburgers and Confederate flag belt buckles, he spent the week making a visible effort to restrain himself.
Stay on point, Donald, stay on point. No sidetracks, Donald. Nice and easy. Nice.
Even Trump's inner monologue has the tone of a serial killer stalking his prey at a food court. Stay on point, they haven't seen you yet. Be nice and easy, you're just here for a Cinnabon. Nice. And just before we taped, there was breaking news regarding those new emails found on Anthony Weiner's computer that started a shitstorm last week. The FBI has apparently finished reviewing them and has said they warrant no new action against Hillary Clinton, which is a big deal, although watch Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway try to minimise it in truly incredible fashion.
I don't believe that it's politically good or bad information for our campaign. We have not made this a centerpiece of our messaging.
Seriously? In the word cloud of your campaign, email is right up there with wall, Mexicans, big league, unintelligible, sniffle and wrong. And look, who knows if this new information about the emails will change any minds. The truth is, if you're still undecided, I honestly don't know if I can help you. For a treat, our main story later won't have anything to do with this election, but you do have to vote. Even if you live in a state where you think it won't matter, because there are some important things to vote for down ballot. You know, the races that you don't think about until you're in the voting booth and find yourself thinking, oh, comptroller, shit, I did not study for that. Well, I hope this person's not a Nazi. But it's not just candidates. In many places, there are also important ballot initiatives to consider, from raising the minimum wage to legalising marijuana, to which I say, dank. To the death penalty, and there can be confusing language. For instance, Nebraska is voting whether to repeal an earlier repeal of the death penalty. So voting to repeal will actually reinstate it, which is, I would say, undank. So you should prepare before you vote. And it's actually easy. If you Google View My Ballot and type in your address, you can see who or what is on the ballot in your area. And after that, you can type dog dressed as a walrus into Google as a little treat for yourself, because now you actually deserve it. The point is that there was a lot to consider on Tuesday, and then, barring recounts, this nightmare of a campaign will be over, which is good. Because this election hasn't so much appealed to our better angels as it has groped our better angels, mocked their weight and called them sixes at best. We are at a point where this man has a genuine shot at the presidency, despite having blown up a political party, undermined confidence in our electoral system, declared open season on journalists and unleashed a river of racism and misogyny. Also, and I feel like we've lost sight of this, he has really stupid hair. It's important to remember that. It is frankly hard to believe that there was a time when people thought a Trump candidacy would be funny. But there was such a time. Because as you may remember, 3 years ago, I guest hosted The Daily Show. And well, there is something you should see. The Republicans better have something pretty special up their sleeve.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Begin this evening with President Trump. 2 words that will always sound unnatural together, like fuckable clown or wolf blitzer. And the reason we have to start with him is Trump dominates the news cycle the way a fart dominates the interior of a Volkswagen Beetle. There is simply no escape from him. Now, just a case in point, last night Trump held a pointless rally in Florida which got roadblock coverage across cable news. And while his speech was mostly boilerplate Trump, the media is fake, Chicago is a nightmare, I'm the greatest, there was one thing he said while warning about the danger of refugees that caught people's attention.
You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden. They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible.
Oh, no, what happened there? Did someone blow up Sweden's most famous landmark? And if they did, what was it? There was just one little problem with what the president said, and I think this news clip sums it up.
We start this hour with an urgent plea from Sweden to the U.S. government asking, what is your president talking about?
Yeah, it turns out there was no terror attack. And look, just a quick message to all other countries on Earth. In the future, you're going to find yourself wanting to ask, what is your president talking about, a great deal. And the answer is almost always going to be, we have no fucking idea. Now, Trump has since admitted his comment was in reference to a story that was broadcast on Fox News the night before concerning immigrants and Sweden. So, sifting through Trump's brain to see why he said something is now like examining a shark's stomach to see what it ate. Oh, OK, there's a sea urchin, a decomposed dolphin skull. Oh, a Fox News segment on Sweden, that's what did it. It stuck in his throat. So here is where we're at right now. Trump can dominate the news merely by referencing something that didn't happen in Sweden. And that is a real shame, because this week has seen a great deal of fascinating stories go undercovered, like this one.
The estranged half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un poisoned as he waited for a flight.
That story is both incredible and not entirely surprising, because if you're associated with Kim Jong-un, your odds of being murdered are around the same as if you live in a town that Jessica Fletcher visits on Murder, She Wrote. Death follows that woman wherever she goes. And I'll tell you why, because, and this is true, she's a serial killer. Hashtag Jessica Fletcher is a serial killer. But it wasn't so much who was killed that was surprising with this story, it was how.
One of the two women accused of carrying out the hit now says she thought she was just taking part in a TV prank show. Police say the suspect claims she was paid to convince men to close their eyes and she would spray them with water along with another woman as part of a gag. But with the last target, Kim Jong-nam, police believe the water was secretly replaced with deadly poison.
Holy shit! That is a really harsh prank show. You're dead and you're a murderer. I got you. Well, actually, she got you and we got her, but still, you're double pranked. There is nothing that is not fascinating about that story, but it didn't get the attention it deserved. And the same is true of this incredible story that you probably missed from Florida.
A Florida man behind bars this morning accused of plotting to blow up Target stores up and down the East Coast. According to the arresting documents, the 48-year-old offered someone $10,000 to put 10 bombs on the shelves inside Target stores, warning not to let the boxes bounce around or they would explode. His motive? Authorities say Barnett hoped the bombings would send Target stock prices plummeting so he could buy shares on the cheap.
Magnificent. That story contains homemade explosives, a big box store, an idiotic get-rich-quick scheme, and felony charges. If it somehow also involved a snake on meth, you'd have full-on Florida bingo right there. And the stories don't stop there. You also missed the fact that British Prime Minister Theresa May went to see some children's Lego robot creations, and this is the face that she made. And if you're thinking, well, hold on, that's unfair, the camera just caught a split second there, she also made this face, and then this face. What is that ghastly monstrosity, street rat? Did you create it using your imagination? I thought we got rid of those after we Brexited. Scurry along, rat, scurry along. Elections. The only excuse for a grown man to kiss a stranger's baby and not have the cops called. We begin with the US election, or as you may know it, the holy shit, please make it stop trash fire 2015. 2016 election, or as you probably know it, America's shit salad fuck extravaganza 2016. 2016 presidential election, or as you probably know it by now, America's 3D IMAX shit fit dumpster fire 2016. The US presidential election. or as it's now better known, the fiery two-party pile-up on the hellbound Fuck-Expressway. 2016 election, or as it's increasingly known, America's fucktastic cirque to dismay. Presidential primaries and caucuses. The electoral foreplay that we've been engaging in since February, which will culminate in the mass balloon ejaculations of this summer's conventions. 2016 election, or as you may know it, the Lady Liberty convenience store robbery gone wrong, descending into a hostage situation, and now she's demanding a chopper, 2016. The US election, or as you may know it, the Clowntown Fuck the World shit show 2016. The 2016 presidential election, or as it's more commonly known, the electoral equivalent of seeing someone puking, so you start puking and then someone else is puking, and pretty soon everyone is puking, 2016. The 2016 election, or as it's better known, oh, I get it, we all died and this is hell and Satan has cursed us to live out this nightmare for all eternity, 2016. The 2016 election, or as it's more commonly known, what did I do to deserve this? I always try to be a good person. Is this because I stole candy once in 4th grade? Please stop punishing us, 2016. And in the words of Adolf Hitler, that's our show. So thank you so much for watching. Our huge thanks to Mike Myers.